Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're here. Okay, so we are back again. We do have on the same clothes. You may have seen in another video because we just said that this is some other things we would need to share, but we needed the topics to be separate. Okay, so don't talk about us. We clean. It's the same day. We in the same outfit because it's the same day as the other video, y'all. We just wanted to make sure that the categories and the titles were separate. We didn't want to merge the information because you might click on one and not click on the other and then not get this information. What we're talking about this time is
How we pay our bills in Kigali, Rwanda. How we pay our bills in Kigali, Rwanda. I mean,
yes,
like, whoa.
I want to watch that video.
How we pay our bills. I mean, we getting ready to get into it right now. Y'all better stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
See all the YouTube gurus tell us you got to talk fast. So we need to talk fast real quick. Got to use your hands. And
Get
so,
to the point.
yes. So this we're gonna talk about how we pay our bills up in this place today. Y'all ready?
You are killing me.
Get set. Go.
Oh my goodness. That's funny. You're cracking me up. Okay, so he pays the bills, y'all. He pays the bills. There are a few of them that I have paid. And I know one time we tried to get on the internet. It was not coming on. We couldn't figure out what. We thought it was a power outage because those happen every once in a while. And then I said, babe, did you pay the bill? And you're like, yeah. I said, well, when did you pay the bill last? Did they send you an email? He said, no. Do you get a text message? No. Do you get some kind of notification online to let you know this is the bill that's due for this period? You're paid up to such a, he said, no. I was like, you don't get nothing? He said, no. I said, they didn't even call you. Zero?
Nothing.
Like, let me make sure I'm asking you everything, honey. Let me cover all the bases.
Nothing.
So I was like, babe, check your email. See if they might have sent you something. God, they're just going to cut the internet off and not even
They just cut it off. They don't say nothing. So this was there are two main, I think really just two internet providers. There's Canal Box and Liquid Technologies.
There is one more. JSS mentioned it on but I can't remember the name of it.
So at that time, we had Canal Box. And that particular internet provider, they come out, they set your stuff up, whatever, but they don't send you anything to let you know the bill is due or anything like that. So what my wife was saying is that the internet cut off, and I'm just trying to scramble, trying to figure out, okay, because after you pay it, and you get everything set up, you're expecting something's coming or whatever. And so I'm not thinking about it because I'm used to a bill coming in the mail, they send you a text or something, but they don't do any of that. What they do is they just, they expect you to pay. You should know when to pay and who to pay and how to pay.
So how did you find out that was the issue, that it was indeed the fact that it had?
Because I ended up calling Canal Box. I ended up having to call them, and that's when they told me that it had not been paid. And so, they told me what I needed to do to pay it. And so that's what I had to do moving forward. So what you have to do is you have to set your
I said pay,
your reminder,
a reminder, an alert on your calendar the day before.
Right. So that way you can pay it because they don't send anything out. Here, a lot of things work by, we'll get to this as we get more into the how to pay the bills. A lot of things work by your phone. And so, everything works really by your phone number. And so you'll have to be able to use, they all the information they have of you, in these particular businesses, whatever, it functions by your phone number, especially like, we talked about that.
You set up your account with your phone number.
You set up your account with your phone number. So you'll have to reach out to them.
So when he called and, they confirmed it wasn't paid, and yes, sir, we turned it off. I was like, okay, what's today's date? That means it's per month, right?
It's every month.
30 days. And I put it on the calendar so that there'll be an alarm going off the day before. Every time, so he would remember to just pay it because you're not going to get any other notification. So that's Canal Box. Now we have Liquid. So how did that set up and payment situation go?
I mean, I think it's the same thing because they haven't sent me anything, which means that the internet probably cut off while we're in the midst of this now because I don't even know when it's due.
We moved here in January
January
23rd.
23rd, which means it's probably due.
Well, remember, it took them a while because tell us about how you got internet set up under Liquid. Remember, you said you have to communicate with them and let them know you moved into this new address and you need a setup. And then you said, then they get in touch with you.
They get in touch with you.
And that took like 4 days.
Yeah, it took a couple of days. They get in touch with you to find out, because they have to set up something. As a matter of fact, initially we were going to go with Canal Box. We were going to transfer it over. So Canal Box, they said, okay, you take all your, take your equipment over, pin your location so we can find out where it is, to make sure that they have, internet in this area. So come to find out, and even the owner told us that things were set up for Canal Box and Liquid. Well, we get here, I call Canal Box and they said, okay, I think they had somebody come out.
Yeah.
They said that,
they got here and said it's not capable.
It's so they had to figure something out. They were supposed to get back with me. They never got back with me. Still have not. And so, we ended up going with Liquid, and they ended up coming out. They set everything up. And so, that's what we have now. We have Liquid Technologies. And the same thing is I'm assuming that I have to pay. And I'm glad we're doing this video, because I need to reach out to them tomorrow to find out about.
Put a reminder on your phone.
In our when it needs to be paid.
Another thing that was interesting, when Liquid came and set us up, I think we might have mentioned this in another video. They did not wait until we had service before leaving to confirm that everything was set up properly and that we had access and that our Wi-Fi was connected and that there were no dead spots. No, they said, okay, sir,
Friday afternoon,
you should be up and good to go in an hour. And when it turned out in an hour, we tried to get on and it wasn't yet. So it was Friday. So we had to wait until Monday
to get it set up.
He called on Monday and they went in the system. They were able to look at something online and tell him that it was not done properly. The I can't remember.
Something wasn't done properly. Yeah. So
they were able to do it from there. They didn't have to send anybody else back out. But that whole weekend. So I wonder if we were charged for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we didn't have it. That means we officially did not have it at least a week later after we moved in. So just keeping that in mind. Okay, so that's Liquid. And so now
we have to also pay electricity.
How will you pay it? Do you call and pay
what?
The bill?
The bill? No, you'll pay it online. I mean, you'll pay it on
using a Momo code.
So that I don't know how we do it with Liquid. That's the thing. So I'll have to, call them to find out. But typically, what happens is you pay it with a Momo code. And so we talked about in a previous video about how basically everything is done electronically here. Everything is done pretty much with Momo codes. And so I showed it before, and I'll show it again. So you on your phone, you'll dial 182. I'm sorry.
Star,
182
£182.
And so you'll do that, and then you'll hit call, and then it'll have send money, buy, pay bill, bank services. And so hit number 2, which is to number 3 to pay bill, and it says pay TV, postpaid bill, pay Yigo, pay water, your Rainbow services. You can pay all of these different things on here. And so
is Liquid on there?
Liquid's not on there. So I don't know which one it would be.
Okay.
Let me see.
Security hygiene.
Yeah. Also Canal. Oh, I didn't even see that.
So what did you do to get there to that menu?
I mean pay bill.
Pay bill. Okay. And it took him to another menu that says Star Times, DSTV. I don't know what
that is.
No,
it was pay bill, then pay bill, then pay TV. I mean, watch something TV or something or whatever.
So cable, the cable services, it lists them: Star Times, DSTV, Azam TV, Canal Plus. Okay, so the cable channels come up on it.
So I'll probably do that. I mean, no. So that is the pay. Like we'll get to the water in a minute. So what you do is, so they'll have a Momo code for Liquid Technology. You'll dial star 182 *8 *1 *, and then you'll put in their 6-digit code, their 6-digit Momo code. And
That's
that's how,
specifically just for that
for that
company.
particular business or
It's like an
company,
ID.
whatever. Right. And so then you'll put in your amount and everything. And so that's how you pay businesses.
And then you get an text
You get a text
confirmation
confirmation
for the amount that you paid to the service that you paid it for, that you can maybe screenshot and save in a folder or whatever for that particular service
Exactly.
provider, if you want to keep up with organizing who you're paying, when you're paying them, or what have you.
Right.
A text confirmation.
You get a
right?
text confirmation of that.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to have
Record.
and then also with with electricity, what you do is you do the same thing. So you go to star 182 and then pound. So you're going to pay your electricity. So what we have is you don't go someplace to to pay it. You pay it. There's a box on the a panel or whatever on the outside of the house, and what you do is you go in. You click 182 star. Excuse me, 182 pound.
Is it reg all over Kigali?
And so you
Rwanda Energy
hit
Group.
buy because I'm buying. Number 2 is buy. So because I'm buying electricity, and then you just click on hit number 2 for electricity. So if I wanted to buy airtime for my phone, pay services, I wonder if pay services has what's the name on there?
3.
No, so electricity, and so it's called cash power. So that's number 1, and then that's my code for our electronic box. And so I just hit 1 because I'm going to pay that. I put in, it says enter amount. I enter the amount. After I enter the amount, it's going to ask for my PIN. When I put in my PIN, then it's going to go through immediately, and then it's going to give me a code that I have to punch into the electricity panel that is on the outside, and then that recharges your electricity.
It adds wattage or use.
Whatever.
So the PIN is at your own personal mobile
Right,
money
your
PIN
mobile money PIN
that you
exactly.
use every time you have to put in a PIN. It's the same
Exactly.
PIN every time.
Right. Just like when your card,
a
or
debit
whatever,
card or
debit
something.
card, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's electricity, and then water. Water is the same thing. So you go through the whole process.
Well, hold on. I'm wondering, do you know, can you go on? What if I don't have mobile money, which I don't, because
I
he
have
does.
no idea.
I'm wondering if you can log online and pay. Now, I
No,
know
what
there's
you
some
would do is
services
you'll have to go to
the bank.
No, you'll go to like some of the different Rainbow places and stuff like that. They
Take
have
utility payments.
exactly. So that's
Also, I think that the bank, because they have
they
bank
do it as well.
accounts. So let's say we have Bank of Kigali. At Bank of Kigali, REG, Rwanda Energy Group, has an account number with Bank of Kigali. And I think that's probably another reason why the banks are so busy, because people might be going directly there to pay their various bills. A lot of documents will have all these different utility services or what have you, their account number with a particular bank. So you can do a bank transfer from your account to that business account, and then
so for instance, this is the water bill, right? And so this is what she's talking about when she says that these are the different so this is the water bill.
Very clear.
Yes, it is. I can see it. And so you see, for instance, you got
all
the different
payment centers,
the different let's see,
financial
the banks or service providers, and then it has their account number on there. So you got Koji Bank, GT Bank, and it has their account numbers. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pay
a bank transfer from your account to that account number
exactly. That service. And so that's how you would pay your water bill. Your water bill, you don't know what that is until somebody just drops by your house, and they give it to the guard or whatever it may be.
That's usually what happens. The guard brings us the piece of paper. So what I'm thinking is they come, they look at the meter and read the meter, just like in the US, they would read the meter. but you get an email, a bill, an online billing statement is what we call
Mhm.
it. But here they must read the meter. We never see that part. Our guard comes and brings us the paper, and it'll have written on there I guess this is that person's name,
The
our
person's
account
name,
number,
yes, the
our
account
meter
number, and how much
number,
it
the
costs.
date, and
Yeah, the amount.
the
And
billing
so
amount,
what you do is pay it on Momo, the same way you do with the other.
or through the banks.
Right. So
Um, yeah. So the problem is if you're not getting this paper, because one day the guard comes and he says, some people are here and they're turning off the water. And I tell them, no, we need the water. And he said, let me go tell my boss. And I went out there, and sure enough, he was in the process of turning the water was off because he had pretty much finished. I'm looking up like, can you give us an opportunity to pay? Well, why are you turning the water off? We need the water. Well, there were some bills and they have not been paid, so we have to turn the water off. I said, we just moved in this house and we had been there for 2.5 weeks at that point. He said, well, we dropped off the papers. I said, well, we weren't here. We didn't live here and we weren't using the water then, so we would not know. He says, okay, well, yes, fine. So he indicates to the guy to put everything back together on the water meter and turn the water back on. And I said, we can pay it. I mean, give us an opportunity to pay, please.
so we ended up paying it at that moment.
And it was fine. Yeah. So now from now on, we know you make sure we get our little paper.
Yeah.
Something else we get papers for. So when we were in Kagarama, when we lived in Chichikiro,
security.
Random days of the week, random times of the day, the gate bell would ring or the guard would come and say, some people are here to get the money. The money for what? Security. What's this is the first time this was I was like, security, let me go ahead and talk to these people. Hello. No uniform, no identification badge, no nothing. But you're coming to ask me for some money. This is something, I guess it's a you understood common sense kind of thing for people who live in Rwanda. And I said, well, but how do I know who you are? How do I know that I'm getting security provided? We have a security guard. We pay him. It's okay. I don't want it. We don't need the service, I said. And she looked so confused. I said, no, she said, but security for everybody here. I said, no, that's what we pay him for. We don't want the extra security. Who are these people? I've never seen anybody else protecting our house or God. How do I even know that this money is going to the right people or what have you? So she left and she came back the next day with, I guess, her supervisor or something like that to explain to me that it is customary for everyone to contribute to something like a neighborhood watch where they have individuals. And I said, well, why have I've never seen this person or these people? He said, because they come out late at night when they're walking and kind of surveying the village. So there are districts and there are sectors and there are cells and villages. So our little neighborhood, couple of houses on a street is a village, or a cell. I don't know. But anyway, and it was $5,000 per month.
$5.
5,000
francs.
Rwandan francs a month for the securities. But once we understood it was fine, but I said, well, I don't want to inconvenience you. You're coming. We don't know when you're coming. We don't know what time of day. Can you please come the first Tuesday of every month around 9? And that way I know that you're coming and I can have the money for you. Because like I said, I didn't have Momo. And if he wasn't there, she would have made a wasted trip. Or he might be in class teaching and I can't stop him and have him to pay. And we never got a receipt for that or never got a written bill or anything like it's just an understood thing. Everybody contributes to the village security, and it's really a thing, I guess. And the other thing that people and here too, they come for, you're not going to get any other kind of electronic communication, is they come expecting 5,500 for trash and hygiene, the sanitization. Yes, where they pick up your trash on a weekly basis, and that's 5,000 Rwandan francs, $5 a month. So security was $5.50 a month. Trash is $5 a month, and they come every week to pick up the trash, but you don't know when they're coming.
So that's something we mentioned in the last video, things you need to prepare for, get used to. That's something you got to get used to. Just people, they'll come to your door
Okay.
and your gate or whatever, and
You
they're
don't have.
asking for money, for this particular, security or trash or whatever. And if you're new to the city, to the country, then you're thinking, okay, because I know for the first couple of
Especially if you're
months,
skeptical.
I'm like, because I was skeptical. I mean, you just,
He would be so annoyed. No, I'm not paying.
I'm not paying.
What?
Listen,
How
we
you
got to
just gonna
go.
roll up and expect me to? What if I don't have it? Look, what if I don't have the money today? What if I'm
Yeah,
not here? No,
that's
no,
it. So
no, you pay it. And you're like,
yeah.
and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, here, ma'am, here's. And then for the trash, we would get a little a receipt stating that it was paid for. But yeah, that's when your guard or your housekeeper or someone comes in handy to help translate and communicate and explain things for both of your sake. There's a communication barrier because I'm sure they were like, why is this lady putting up such resistance? What do we understand? I'm here to get the money. Like everybody else around here pays it. I had to talk to the head man in charge. Like, sir, what if I don't want the service though? Because I don't see why it's necessary to pay my guard, who's gonna secure my home and make sure everything's okay, and a
Pay you,
night
pay.
watchman
Yeah.
who I have never laid eyes on in my life,
We don't
and
know
we
what
don't
the
know
guy
how good
looks
they are.
like. Yes, exactly.
We just had to trust them, and I put on and paid it every
Yeah.
month.
So something you need to know before you come.
Are there any other
Yes.
bills? Water, electricity, internet, security, trash. Those are your major utility
Yes.
things that you'd have to pay for.
Yes.
And that is how you pay them in Kigali.
Yes. If you have any other requests, how do you do this in Kigali, or what is this like in Kigali? You can put it in the chat. You can comment on the video, and we'll do our best
Or
to do a
send us
video
an
about it.
email. We'll get
Send
emails
us an
all the
email.
time, and we'll try to make content pertaining to what the questions that are asked. So it's
Destination West Africa 2022@gmail.com. Thank you so much for viewing, reclaiming our identity. We'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, share, do all that other stuff. See you.